Okay, guys. So I'm recording this session. What I'm going to cover up today. Let me start here. Guys, I do understand you did inquiry about data science course and you have different background. You might be working in some corporate or might you are having some experience which is not related to data science. Lots of questions to coming to your mind in terms of the career change, data science program, jobs, offers, salary, so many things coming to your mind. So what I feel like my approach here, just to help you guys to know things practically rather going through the words, you should see things practical how it has happened. If you really feel like looking the things practically, if it is something that is going to help you and you feel like you can do this, you can always take a call whether you want to join data science or becoming a data scientist or not, right? So what is the plan for today's class, guys? Today's demo, I will be starting with data science by an example now. Then I'll go to how to become as a data scientist. We'll talk about who can become as a data scientist, what are the job opportunities, data science training modules by DB Analytics, and are successful students, their career background, how they came through, or where they are today, how much salary they're getting through. These all things we'll discuss about one after another. So what I'll do here, going back to, we will start with data science by an example today. Okay. So what I'll do here, guys, let me go ahead and I'll open a real-time example for you. Okay. Guys, can you see my screen? Guys, can you see
Yes,
my
sir.
screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It's visible, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So what
sir.
I'll open here, I will open an Excel file. I'll say telecom analysis. Okay. So I take few of your name here. Let's say there is a mobile number which is 89511086662. I go for 89511086663. I drag this four different mobile number. I give this is called mobile number. I give this as a customer name and I make there how much minutes they make call. That is called voice call, which is minutes of usage. I go to check their data usage, which is in GBs. Okay, how much data they consume. Imagine looking at your batch here. I may take here four students. Let's Abhishek. I go for Deva. I go for Ijaz. I go for let's say Lina. So I take it here. The first customer name is Lina. Second customer name is Ijaz. Fourth customer is Abhishek. And the fifth one I take it. Let's say Gaurav. Okay. Okay, guys. So now, if I look for your monthly usage in the month of 2020 July, let's say. So you guys have completed 2020 July. I look for your usage. Now, when I look at Lina, so Lina's voice usage just 100 minutes, and Lina has consumed only 4 GB data. When I look at Izaz has consumed voice around 2300 minutes, but data consumption has happened only 3 GB. When I look at Abhishek has used voice of around 1000, let's say around 900 minutes, but data consume has happened to Abhishek, which is 45 GB. Then there is a Gaurav, who is a customer who has used around 2000 minutes voice MOU, and the data consumption has happened around 44 GB. Right, guys? So this is what these are the four different customer and the usage is given in the month of 2020-07. Guys, I just need to have an open discussion with you. If I want to make it as a customer segment, so how will I make it customer segment? That I want to make a segment like this. Okay, so let me show you the segment how it will look like. So I go for making this is a segment. In this segment, I call this is high, I call this is low, I call this is low, I call this is high. Okay, so I call this is my voice usage, I call this is my data usage. Okay, guys, are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So what I'll do here, guys, now tell me out of this, right, where Lina falls, which bucket Lina falls?
First quadrant.
This one,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
third bucket,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
this
Yeah.
one.
First one.
Low voice,
Yeah.
yes.
first one.
Okay, so you are
Yes,
calling
that one.
here Lina. Very nice. Tell me where Ijaz fall.
The right ones.
Add one.
This is one, right? Okay,
Yes.
Hmm.
very good. Tell me where does Abhishek falls?
Above Lena.
Uh,
Yes, sir. First one.
Above.
Very good. Okay, guys. Now tell me where Gaurav falls.
Second.
Oh, results.
Are you getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Are
Yes,
you
sir.
getting
Yes, sir.
this? Now tell
Yes,
me
sir.
out of this who is more profitable customer?
So Gaurav.
Gaurav.
Gaurav is the profitable customer. Very nice. Okay. So I give a background as green color, font as white color. Very good. Now, then apart from Gaurav, who are more profitable then?
Abhishek.
Abhishek.
Abhishek, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, apart from Abhishek, who is also like Abhishek kind of behavior. Ijaz is also there.
Yes.
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 And who
Yes.
is
Yes.
low profit making customer?
Lena.
Hmm.
Lina. Very good. Okay. Guys, what would be the strategy if you become as a data scientist and you would be helping business to grow? What would be a strategy? Your strategy would be how to convert. So your strategy would be here how to convert Abhishek to Gaurav kind of customer. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How to convert
Yes.
Lina? How to convert Lina to Izaz kind of customer? Yes or no?
Yes.
How
Yes,
to
sir.
convert Lina to either way Izaz kind of customer or
Hmm.
it could be Abhishek kind of customer,
Abhishek type.
right? And your strategy would be making here how to convert Izaz to Gaurav kind of customer. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So we call Gaurav kind of customer as a bona fide customer. So those who are actual profit making customer to the business, right? And
Okay.
we call Abhishek is called as a power data customer. So they are the high data user, and this is called power voice user. Are you getting it? And this is called
Yes,
as
sir.
a miser customer. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it? Right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Yes,
we
sir.
call this customer as a bona fide customer. We call this customer as our power data or power voice customer. We call this customer as a miser customer. Making
Okay.
sense?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Making sense?
so the power voice and power data customers are most likely to be converted into bona fide
Gaurav.
ones.
Yes. So we have to make different strategy looking at their past uses, how we can motivate this customer towards a bona fide kind of plan. Okay. So we'll discuss that in more
Okay, sir.
details. But now, did you understand how telecom? This is what a telecom data scientist job to help
Okay.
business to identify who are my customer, what strategy I should build in so that I can get more revenue from their uses as well as recharges. Are you getting it? So this is
Yes,
how
sir.
things will happen. Now let me do this for you guys in more practical way. Can I do this? Can I do this,
Sure,
Yes.
guys?
sir. Sure,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now look
Yes,
at
sir.
here, guys. These are the data which is given from 2019 January. It has gone to, so guys, what you can do, once you answer me, go for mute so that it will not interrupt to anyone, right? So, guys, please go on mute, everyone. Everyone, please go on mute. I can see still Ansuman as well as Nirupa. You both are not on mute. Please go on mute. Okay. Guys, this is what the data is given. That is from 2019 January till 2019 December. That means we got around 12 months of data, 12 months of data of the customer usage. Now, how this data looks like? If you open this data looks like this way. This is the mobile number, this is the year, month, and this is their voice usage, this is the data usage. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what the data is given for 2019 02 03. You can also open 03. You can see this is the data for 2019 03. The customer usage is given here, right? So this is the usage data for last 12 months is given to you, and business is asking, hey, could you please help me to identify how to increase revenue from the customer usage? By the same time, tell me who are more potential customer to me. I should make a strategy. They should not leave my services. This is how we need to identify. Being a data scientist, we have given the customer usage data. Now we need to analyze it. So what are the challenges that we can face through day in, day out? Let me show you here. So guys, what I can do here, let me have something called as my manual approach. So what is called manual approach? Some people, they do like this. They open an Excel file. They call this file name as telecom data. They open this Excel file here. They go to data, they start looking at where to read the data. They go from a text file, they search for the file which is there in the demo. I have put it for 2020 August. I go to telecom project, I read this 2019 01 data here. Done. I say load. So now this is what the data which I have read from a text file to an Excel file. Guys, can you see this? How data looks like?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so
Yes,
this
sir.
is called my data for 2019 January. I'll go for importing one more time, same way, the same approach I would be applying here for 2019 02. So I just go load this data. I call this 2019 02. Same way, I go for again to read the data. I'll go for reading 2019 03 and I call this data 2019-03. So you know what, guys? So after getting this all the month 2019 01, 02, 03 till 2019 December, I have to do something called append all. What does it mean? I'll take this 2019 01 data, I'll copy it here, and I'll do right click, paste special and say values. Again, I'll go for 2019 02 data. I'll go here, taking to the last row. I'll do right click, paste special values. Same way, I'll go for 2019 03, excluding the header. I can take the data. I can go for taking this data here, right click, paste special values. So, guys, don't you think it's a very manual work I'm doing? Yes or no,
Yes, sir.
guys?
Yes,
Every
sir.
time
Yes,
they
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
imagine,
sir.
imagine I want to get for last 24 months data. Do I really need to do like one by one going for importing data, then appending all? Now, no, I cannot. I may do it once or twice, but if it is a repetitive task, I will say, boss, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this because you need to find some way to automate this process. Now, let's talk about the automation process. How will it will happen now? So what I will do here, guys, I stop this process called manual approach. I go for next, which is called as an automation approach. Right, guys? So what I'll do here, I'll open an Excel file, right? So I will take this data, I will say that telecom uses data. This is what my data should be. I open this Excel file. When I want to import data to my Excel file, I should not go manually one by one. So what I'll do here, I'll go to developer, I'll write a VBA program. Inside, I'll create a module where I'll write the VBA program to read this data for me. So what I will do here, though you guys are going to learn that, I have copied this VBA code for you to show you here. Control A, Control C. I copied my VBA code. I paste this here. So I will tell you what this code is all about. We will teach you about that. So nothing to worry. It's very simple to write, but logic should be understood to everyone. So guys, what I'm doing here, I'm going to run this VBA program. In this VBA program is asking me where is your file. My file is located into data DB Analytics module, and this is 2020-08 demo 2020-08 telecom project. My data is here. I said okay. The moment I say okay here, you can see in the back end the code is running and it is reading data from that path. So can you see there's a buffer is going on? Something is running at the back end. Now I'll show you guys when the program is successful.
Sir, is the developer tab an extra add-on to the Excel thing? Or?
Yes, it is. We will tell you about that. Okay. So guys, what happens now when I run this program? Can you see in your Excel, all the file has been imported from 2019 January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Can you see all 12 months file has been imported now?
Yes, sir.
Now, what I'll do here next is that I want to append all this file into one file. So what I'll do, I'll go for insert another module to this. In this module, I take the next code which is called appending all the sheets. I say Control A, Control C. I copy this code going here. I say reload the data. The moment I reload this data here, I can see in my Excel file, I have something called all month. I can see all this month for last January till December has been appended. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
How much time it took? It took very less time, right guys?
Of course, sir.
Yes,
Comparatively
sir.
very
Correct.
less.
Correct.
So my data has ready now. So what I'll do, I copied my data and I pasted it here. So if I go back to my folder, I can see my automation approach has completed all my data. Now, the next approach which I'll bring it called analysis. So what I'll do here guys, in this analysis, so what I'll do, I open this, I called this is going to be telecom analysis. Right? So I open my automation approach. I take my all months data here and I paste it to this. I say close. So this is my all 12 months data. Yes or no? Guys, did you
Yes, sir.
understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me, I decided that I want to go for giving this as something called MOU segment. So what is MOU segment? Let me tell you here. I'm saying if anybody has uses data for the voice greater or equal to 1000, I call them as high voice user. Again, if anybody who has used greater or equal to 500 but less than 1000 is going to be mid voice user, else we'll call this as a low voice user. So this is how I close the bracket. I can identify who are, this is the medium voice user because less than 1000. This is high voice user. This is less than 500, which is low voice user. Can you see this guys?
Yes, sir.
Same
Yes, sir.
way,
Yes.
I
Yes,
go
sir.
for creating somebody as a
Yes, sir.
data segment. In data segment, I said if a customer is using greater or equal to 20 GB data per day, it is called SD. Again, if anybody who is using greater or equal to 5 GB data, they call as a mid data user. Else, we call them as low data user. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Right, guys? Now,
Uh,
using this segment, I will get the customer behavior. How will I do that? If I say pay special values, I go for data and I remove duplicates over here. This is the unique combination comes, right, guys? Okay, so tell me, guys, if I want to give somebody as a customer segment, so how will I give my customer segment?
High
If medium voice,
voice.
low data, I call them as a casual customer, right?
Yeah.
If high voice, high data, I call them as a bona fide.
Bona fide.
Bonafide.
If it is a
Yes.
low voice,
Bonafide.
if it is a low voice and high data, I call them as a power
Power data.
data. If it is a medium voice and high data, it is called as a casual data, which is a good customer, potential customer. If it is a high voice, low data, you call them as what?
Power
Power
voice.
voice customer.
Our voice.
Yes. If it is a low voice and medium data, you call them as a casual customer.
Casual.
If it is a high voice, medium data, what do you call them as?
Power voice.
Casual
Power voice.
voice. You'll call them as casual voice. Okay. So because they have a high voice, medium data, very, very potential customer to you. Now, if it is medium voice, medium data, what do you call them as? Casual. If it is a low voice, low data, what do you call them as? Miser.
My.
Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what, guys, we call this as is a combination of what? Your voice segment along with your data segment, right? So this is how you call them. Now, if I want to get the customer segment to this overall data, don't get worried about what I'm doing here. I'll go for a VLOOKUP in Excel. I said this ampersand this combination of this from this two to get my customer segment 2 and 0. So I get easily from this data how my customer falls into this category. So I easily identify that who are the bona fide, who are the casual, who are the miser, who are the power data and power voice. Now let's take an example of a mobile number, which is 89511086662. So guys, this particular mobile number is replicated here for 12 times. Okay. So let me show you this customer behavior. I took this data and I pasted it over here. Okay. So guys, tell me, looking at the behavior of this customer from 2019 to December, what do you think about this customer? Is it good customer, bad customer, profitable, non-profitable? What do you think?
Casual.
It's
Good customer.
Good, a
a
potential.
good
Potential bona
customer.
fide
Potential.
customer.
Okay, I will ask one by one, guys. Okay, let's go to, I randomly take someone's name over here. You guys have to answer that. Let's go to Devgopu. Devgopu, are you there? Gopu, are you there?
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Okay. Now tell me, what do you think about the behavior of this customer?
Sir, this is a casual customer, I think so, because most of the reviews are all about casual.
Okay, you're looking at this customer sending most of the time it's casual. So it's a casual customer. But do you think it's a potential customer to you or not?
Yeah, and potential customer in
Did you
it's
see
just for only
something?
two.
This
Yeah,
customer is bona fide how many times?
three times. That's 1/4 of the whole year.
So that means the behavior shows it's a very potential customer, but we need to vary why this customer from bona fide coming to casual voice to casual data. Are we or power voice or coming to power data? What is going wrong? Because if it is a bona fide customer, our strategy should be maintaining them as a bona fide. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right, guys, right? So what we can do here, looking at this customer behavior, if I target this customer, I can target this customer this way. I can say this particular mobile, right? How many times they fall into, I can say here, so value as count. So I can see in last 12 months, this particular customer is 3 times is a bona fide, 4 times 2 times is a casual data, 3 times is a casual voice, 3 times into casual, power voice is once. So this is 12 times. Can you see that? Guys, can you see
Yes,
this?
sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
did you understand how we took the data, how we summarize the data, now how we are trying to presenting to the business, saying that what should be the strategies should be done for this customer, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
tell me guys, I have a plan here which is saying go for recharging 599, go for recharging 399, go for recharging 199, and go for recharging 2121. The validity is given for this plan as 360 days, 365 days. This is for 84 days. This is for 56 days. This is for 28 days. Now the voice is given here unlimited. This is given here 6000 MOUs. This is given here, let's say this is given 9000 MOUs. This is given here 4500 MOUs. This is given here 2500 MOUs. Now it is given data to the customer usage, which is around, it is given as 760 GB. So you can have 760 GB usage here. In this plan, it is given 2 GB per day. This is also 2 GB per day. This is also 2 GB per day. Now the benefit you have given Amazon Prime, Netflix free for 1 year. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Now this is here Amazon Prime is free for 6 months. There is no benefit over here. Now tell me, looking at this, for this customer, which offer you will give? Which plan you will target? This is the combo plan, combo pack.
599 one.
599.
Which one will target for this customer?
599.
599.
599. Very nice. So you are saying I will target this particular plan, right? Can you justify why?
Actually, it seems I
Sir,
did.
comparing with the packages like voice and data, this guy is more concentrated into data than voice. So,
Okay, tell me, if this customer is going for 599 plan
okay,
uh, for
84 days.
1 year, how much this customer is going to pay here? Around 2600? Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
Don't you feel like you can target this customer for 211 plan, saying that, boss, if you go for 1 year subscription, you get 760 GB. So 760 GB, 760 divided by 12 months. Every month this customer is getting how much?
63.
63 GB. Don't you think customer is getting more benefited by taking this plan? Saving how much? This minus this, around 479 rupees. Along with that, Amazon Prime, Netflix, both are free for this customer. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So what your strategy should be? Target this customer for both of this plan. If you're targeting for both of this plan, what will happen? This customer, once taking this plan, will always be bona fide. Yes or no?
yes,
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it?
yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir,
So,
yes,
Yes, sir.
so does it come to your mind, guys, properly? What is happening?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's do one thing. What we will do here, guys. What I'll do here, I copy this data. I go to here and I paste these values over here. Paste patient and say values. Done. So this is what an example, case one example I gave you. Now we'll do real-time analysis. What I'll do here, guys, I go for taking this data, going here, I go for creating by taking my mobile number, taking my customer segment into the column, taking my mobile number as a count here. I say show value as summarize value as a count. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I take this customer, I can identify each mobile number wise in last 12 months. What I see, this customer is 3 times bona fide, 3 times casual, 3 times casual data, 3 times. So mostly what happens, guys, besides the bona fide, I must keep this. That make more sense. Besides this, I must keep this here. It's a power data or power voice, right? So I want to create something called revenue segment, right? Tell me, guys, I will have three segments. One is called high revenue earning customer, mid revenue earning customer, LRC, low revenue earning customer. Now tell me what you consider about this customer. Is a high revenue earning customer or low revenue earning customer or mid revenue earning customer? What comes to your mind, guys?
Mid revenue, I guess.
Hi.
Mid revenue.
You're saying high revenue earning customer. Why did you say that?
Because bona fide casual and means both the terms for casual and bona fide have larger part.
Okay. So let me give a criteria. I say if and this is, I call this is greater than equal to 2. If this is greater than equal to 2 or if this is greater than equal to 2, then I will call them as my high revenue earning customer, HRC. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now again I'll give if and this is greater than 0, this is greater than 0 and this is greater than 0. I will call them as
Mid.
MRC, medium revenue earning customer. Rest all, I will call this as LRC, low revenue earning customer. This is how I completed my segmentation. Right, guys? So now, if I target to look at my high revenue earning customer, is how many customers are there?
248.
48. If I look at medium revenue earning customer, how many customers are there?
474.
474. If I say low revenue earning customer, how many of them are there?
281.
281. So how many total customer base I have?
1001.
1001, including the header 1001, it is 1000 customers. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, what I will do here, besides to this, I'll put a revenue segment. So how to make a revenue segment here? I'll write VLOOKUP to get the lookup value by the mobile number. To looking at the revenue segment, I can say here 9 and 0. If I do that, I got it here. Right? I got this here. Are you getting this, guys? I got revenue earning customer, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
But
Yes,
what
sir.
is 9
So,
and 0?
so I got high revenue earning customer, I got mid revenue earning customer, I got low revenue earning. So real-time analysis 1. So I call this as 1. I copy this data for you guys. Once it is over, I go to the next sheet here. I do paste special answer values. This is called analysis step 1. What I did here, guys, how will I go for analyzing it? First, sorry. First, what I did here, I select this data, I go to insert. I'm trying to show business by each segment wise, by each revenue segment, how many customers I fall in here. So I can say, so I'm saying here, out of, if I look at here, that total count of mobile number which I have it here by each bona fide group. Okay, guys, what I'll do here now, just remove this. I go for this here. So how many mobile numbers I have, guys? 1,000, right?
1000. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I look at this customer here by each revenue segment, if I take it here, mobile number, I say so value as, summarize value as a count. Now, within this count, I take a distinct count here. Okay. So total is how many 1,000 customers? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me, bona fide with high revenue earning customer, what percentage they're coming in? 247, right? Can you see this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now this
Yes, sir.
247, I want to show them as into percentage of the grand total. So I'm saying 24% of your business, 24.70% of your customer base, those are actually highly potential customer to you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But if you look like this customer, I just go for moving them up and moving them up. Then I take this here, move them up. I also make them move them up. So mostly, let me remove this. I copy this one more time here so that I can present business. So guys, tell me one thing. You are saying these three categories should be the good, yes or no?
Of course, sir.
So I call them this category. I can call them as group it, or let's say do not group, but I feel like this is the highly potential customer to you. Yes or no,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So what you are trying to show here, almost you are saying that if I talk about the bona fide customer, what is going wrong here? 2,000, right? Okay, this is perfect. Okay. So now, so you are saying that mostly these are the customers who are here, right? Again, guys, it's showing some problem. Let me show you here. Summary value as a count. The count should be showing as a distinct count.
Distinct.
Yes. Okay, fine. This is what. Okay. So guys, what happened here? When you're taking data like each individual customer level, you call them as a high revenue earning customer, but they fall multiple times, right? So this customer is showing, this mobile number is showing 12 times. Hence, even if you get it as 1,000 as a total count, as a distinct count, it is creating some problem. No worry. So what we can do here, let's understand this way, that if I make some analysis here saying that overall by customer segment, if I take my mobile number here and I say show value as account, this is the total count 12,000, 1,000 customer, 12 months, 12,000 records have come through. Each month, how many bona fide customers? This is how it is showing here. Now, if I look at them into the revenue segment, I'm saying here the comparison as showing value as percentage of the grand totals. Now I'm saying that if I target only for bona fide customer into my high revenue customer category, what percentage they fall in here, guys? 7.33%. Can you see this? Guys,
Yes,
do you
sir.
understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I move them up,
Sir.
same way I do this, I move them to the beginning, then I move them to the down. Okay. So if I look at this customer base, mostly they are the high potential customer to you. Yes or no? Guys,
Yes.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
They are the
Yes.
more high potential customer. Now, after this, you can take this up and take this up. This is going to be the next. So let's say I call all of them three into different color here. I call this as more potential customer to you. And this is where your business is actually lacking with the revenue part. So this is what you're going to segment this. Now, how will I do this? So I copy this data. If I want to educate my business about my customer performance, I say so value as my grand total. Now, when I saw this grand total, if I make this total sum, which is coming around 52%, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
that means
Yes, sir.
52% customer, those who are falling into a
Sir,
potential base.
sir,
Yes,
sir, if you see that column casual, the grand total is 15%, 15.27 to be exact.
which
Casual,
one? This one.
casual, only casual,
Yes,
so, which is much higher than power data
correct,
or power voice.
correct.
So why we are putting it in the least revenue zone, that is red zone.
Okay, so let me show you here why it is happening. It is just we saw the customer base. Now compare this customer base with their usage. Now, how will you do this comparison with usage? Now do something here, remove their mobile number, put their total voice usage. Can you see? Now, within the voice usage, if you say so percentage of the grand total, so what percentage of revenue they're giving you? 15% casual customer. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, same way, you also copy this and paste it here. Compare their data usage. So remove this voice, put the data. Now, within the data here, you also provide them. Now, tell me, guys, you have what percentage of bona fide customer?
34,
34. What percentage of voice usage they're giving you?
49.5,
What
49.33,
percentage? What percent of data they're giving you?
48.35.
48.35.
Okay. Now do one thing. Compare all three here. Those who are into green category. What percentage customer base you have?
52.
What percentage of voice revenue they're giving you?
59.
60%, right? What percent data
60.
revenue they're giving you?
56.
67%. So
66.
who are the more potential customer here in this case, guys? These three categories, right?
These three.
This is
Okay.
very great.
So what we can do
First three
here?
category.
Yes. So what I'll do here, guys, I copy this data over here. What I'll do, I'll go for removing my revenue segment. I have a mobile number, I have voice, I have data is given here. Now, when I go to this voice here, what I'll do, I do it here, let's say value field settings, make it as, or let it be. So I go for creating this as so value as percentage of the column total. So value as, I say percentage of the column total and say so value as percentage of the column total. So guys, look at here. You got it completely, right? You got it here? What is happening? Now, if I want to present this to business, how will I present it? I'll present this way. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Right? So I'm saying here
Yes,
how
sir.
my customer is going to behave. Let's say this is my subscriber base, this is my MOU, this is my data in GBs. If I want to show this business to educate about my business performance, what I can do here, I can say over the time, I select this all here, I do a format cell, I make it percentage with 0 decimal values. Okay, so I'm going to show here business, making this, or let's say 7 as a font. So I'm saying business, how the performance is growing. Bona fide customer, they are the high profit making customer. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Right? But if you look at the bona fide to the power voice and power data, or you should go for casual voice, casual data. What you can do here, guys?
Exactly.
So you can go for making this casual voice little off to present that to the business. Right, guys? So now this would be your this color. This would be mostly going to be your green category. Make this also green category. Make this all white as a font. Make this all black as a font. Make this all red category and white as a font. Now tell me, guys, tell me, can I help my business to know how the customer performance is happening across?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Right? Now the step 2 analysis. Did you get it? Who are the more potential customer here? If you target
Well,
business to tell, these are the more potential customer to you,
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
right? Go to field. So business, they are the more potential customer where business should target them. Right? Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what we'll do here, now let's take this data, go to another sheet. I call this as my analysis step 2. In this, I want to show my business. I just copy all my data here one more time. I go to this sheet. I say right click, paste spatial values. Now in this data, I help my business looking at my year month, looking at my customer movement. I say so summary value as a count. right? I take this as a filter here. In this filter, I take it my customer segment. Now, if I go for bona fide, this is what the trend is coming through. Can you see this, guys? What is happening across all 12 months? My customer, my bona fide customer is actually going down, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Casual customer going up, casual data, it is going up, all of a sudden is going down. Casual voice going down is going up, miser is growing, power data is growing, power voice is going down. Can you see the performance over last 12
Yes,
months?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So guys, does it make sense? What is the role of a data scientist?
sir.
Yes,
Role
sir.
of a data scientist. What is that? First, should have a knowledge to access data. We got the data in which format? We got the data in
CSV.
text file, right? We first learned about how to access data. Second, we learned about how to manage data. We cannot go for doing that manually importing one by one. We have to automate this process. We learn about managing data, how quickly we can do this. Then we go for how to analyze data. Are you getting it? Then
Yes,
last
sir.
one, we learn about how to presenting data. So how will you present data? You cannot show them. You cannot show them by numbers. You have to show them in a graphical way. Whatever analysis you made through, you need to present business. You are educating your business. What should be done further in a graphical way. Then you are also seeing the performance through a graphical way. Now you will be working on recommending business strategy. What should be done further to increase my revenue? Are you getting this, guys?
Yes, sir.
So this is exactly going to be a role of a data scientist. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we spoke about telecom. We did all analysis using Excel. Now imagine India is a population of what?
138 point
130
some
crore.
billion.
Let's say 130 crore population, right? Now out of 130 crore population, how many population, mobile population? How many people they're using mobile phones? Any idea, guys? Let's say 90 crore.
Most of the
100
people.
90 crore, correct? Right? So what is the
on
tele
average.
density? What is the tele density? So you are saying your 90 over 130 crore, which is coming around 70% or 69%. So 69% of Indian population, they're using mobile phone. You are saying like this. Now, who are the operators? Guys, who are the operators?
Jio,
Airtel,
Airtel,
Jio,
So you are saying
Vodafone
1, 2,
Idea.
and 3.
Idea.
Yes,
So
and
so let's say you are saying like this. We have 2 and we have 3 here. One is Airtel, one
Jio.
is Vodafone, and one is Jio. Then last one is now, what is that?
BSNL.
BSNL. Any idea, guys, what population is using Airtel? How many subscriber base of 90 crore is Airtel? 21 crore, right? Vodafone,
Okay.
25 crore. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Jio,
Yes.
30 crore. How much is pending now? 30, 25, 55, 81 is what? How
14
much is
crore.
coming here, guys?
19.
13, 13.
So 21, 25 is coming around 46 plus 30, 76. This is 14 crore. Those are using
24.
for
Okay.
BSNL. Is it clear now, guys? Are you getting it?
yes,
Right? So,
Yes, sir.
so now let's say you are working for Geo. You are a data scientist. at Geo. So what would be the population base you have? 30 crore.
30 crores.
Okay. Now in a day, how many calls a customer makes in Geo? Any idea?
7.
So let's say around a customer is making 7 calls on an average, right? So 30 into 7 is going to be 210 crores. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
210 crores in what? In 1 day record. In 30
One day.
days, what it will happen? 210 multiplied with 30 is
6,000.
right. It is going to 6,300 crores. 12 months. How many records it will create now? If you look at 12 months,
75,600.
so it's going to be this multiplied by 12. This is 75,600 crores of data is going to create, right? So data is what? Data is huge, or we call this as a big data. Did you understand what is the meaning of big data?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Now the challenge is what? Challenge is what? Can you manage that in Excel? Can be managed in Excel.
No, sir.
Why? Because Excel
Handle
can
that
manage
much
up to
data.
1 million.
Mm.
It is going to manage up to 1 million, not more than that. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So Excel is not sufficient for what example I gave you just to make an understanding. But do you think that Excel is enough for working into this kind of big data? No. What is
No,
important,
sir.
guys? We have to learn about big data. We have to learn about Hadoop distributed filing system, which will come under big data. That is called SDFS. We must learn about Scala data framework, where we learn about how to manage big data. Now, once your data is being managed, you need to understand the programming language to manipulate data. What is the programming language you need to use here? It could be
Python.
SQL, it could be SAS, it could be R,
R,
it could be
Python.
Python. Are you getting it, guys? Right? So this is all
Yes.
about which is coming under DBMS part. Now the next is once you have a data, you will go for analyze to present business the way you created these kind of graphs to presenting business. So you will learn about data visualization skill. What is required data visualization skill here?
Tableau, Power BI.
You must be learning about Tableau. Some companies they use Tableau, some companies they use Power BI, some companies they use ClickView, some companies they use ClickSense. Are you getting it? Then once you learn about telling business what is happening, why it is happening, you need to do a forecasting. What will happen to the future? Then you will go for recommendation. Are you getting it? So how will you do forecasting? You will learn about statistics, stats, little bit about mathematics, which covers your linear algebra, probability and distributions. Then you will be using Python, predictive modeling, machine learning, and AI approach. This is all going to happen like this. Are you getting it here, guys? Same thing. You will also develop here learning in R, predictive modeling, machine learning, and AI. Or you can use here SAS as an application for predictive modeling, machine learning, and AI. Or some people they use basic Excel, advanced analytics. If you want to take a quick decision, you can go for this. So guys, this is called DBMS reporting skill. Reporting, which includes your DBMS and visualization skill. This is called forecasting and recommendation. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
what I will do now for you guys, I will show you some of the job descriptions which has come through. So let me show you some of the job descriptions here so that it will open your idea. Now this is a company who is looking for manager in commerce analytics. So what skill set they have written here, that is very important, guys. What they have written: should be knowing about Excel VBA, SQL programming, SAS and Python. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
They're also asking for
Yes, sir.
R, Python, SAS together. They're also asking your Excel VBA, MS Access, SQL Server, SAS, Python. You should be knowing Tableau and Power BI. Can you see this? Guys, can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
when you say data scientist, it is not about one tool. It is a mixture of all these tools together. Does it make sense? I give
Yes,
one
sir.
more
Yes.
example. I give one more example. So what is written here? Let's go for not this one. Let's go for any other example. Okay, okay, okay. This is the company which is called Tesco. They want to hire somebody. What skills are they looking at? Can you see
Sir.
this?
SAS, R, and Python.
They're also looking for SQL with
Hive.
Hadoop distributed
SQL.
filing system, Hadoop Hive. Now let me show you one more example here, guys. How much is being offered? Let's look at this example. 8 to 17 years of experience. They're giving 20 to 45 lakhs package. What skill set they're looking at for data scientist? You can check it here. Can you see?
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
can you see this?
SQL, R, SAS, Python.
Can you see this?
Yes. Yes.
Can you see this? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you understood what are the skill set is required. Now talk about data scientist skill sets. So guys, you need to have a DBMS skill first. You need to have a data visualization skill. Then the last one, which is called data mining skill, right? If you combine these all three skills together, is called data scientist skill. Making sense? Under DBMS, guys, you will learn about first with us is Excel. You learn about VBA. You learn about SQL. You learn about SAS, R, and Python. Then you will learn about big data, Hadoop distributed filing system. So that is called SDFS. You learn about Scala data framework with Scala programming. This is very important, guys, to understand about how to manage data. Second part, you will learn about Tableau. You will learn about Power BI. We also have ClickView and ClickSense. We can take any two combination out of this. Then data mining, you will learn about Excel Advanced Analytics. You will learn about SAS Advanced Analytics. You will learn about your Python predictive modeling or called Advanced Analytics with machine learning and AI. Same thing will also happen to R. So this is what the entire course curriculum which is being designed for you so that you should not miss any of these job opportunities in the market. Guys, what would be the combination to give you a job? That is very important. What is the combination? The first thing is that you should learn about Excel. Second, VBA. If your experience is more than 5 years, no need to learn about VBA. But if the experience less than 5 years, you should learn about VBA. Third, should be good at SQL. Fourth, you must learn about SAS or Python. as a combination to programming, or you must learn about Python and R. Any one of these two combination you have to take. Along with, you should learn about big data system. This is the first thing you will learn about here. 7 should be recommended. Learn about Tableau as a data visualization. 8 should we learn about Power BI as a data visualization. You can opt. You can go for Tableau with Click product or Power BI with Tableau, which is a combination, which is very much definite that you can choose any one of it. Then the ninth one, you should learn about advanced analytics, machine learning, and AI. This is how your learning will happen using SAS and Python as a combination, or you can go for the 10th combination is going to be R and Python. Any one of these you can opt for. This is how your training is been designed to give you to becoming you as a data scientist. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Okay. So guys, this is what we have planned. Now what I'll do, I will take you through this journey here. I hope you guys are ready to go through this PPT, or you want to take a break, guys.
No, sir.
You want to continue?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll continue.
Yes, sir. Please, please.
Okay.
Yes, I will continue.
Okay. So guys, the question is how to become a data scientist. Do you think you can help people? Do you think you can help people now to understand what is the role of a data scientist? Do you feel so?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. So guys, this is the time you must see me. So let me show you. Okay. Before I start this, guys, my name is Devendra Das, and I have around 14 years of experience into data science field. My highest qualification is MBA in IT. But if you ask me what is that education is required for data science, it's a simple graduate. Any graduate, both technical, non-technical, that they can become as a data scientist. Okay. So I will start here onwards to explain you guys data science by an example. Have you finished that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How to become as a data scientist? Who can? The job opportunities, data science training and modules, successful student stories. We'll discuss one by one. Before going there, I know these are the questions which is coming to your mind, guys. I really want to answer these questions. Anybody is having a question like, I'm a technical, non-technical graduate, have no programming background. Can I be a data scientist? Guys, tell me one thing. Looking at the example which I shared today, don't you think you can make it?
Yes, sir.
Does it
Yes,
answer
we
your
can.
question? Does it really require
Yes,
to have a technical background to come to do this? You can learn and you can prove. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Next
yes,
thing is
yes,
that
sir.
it's saying, does my career marks considered to be a data scientist if I'm not of throughout career is not having 70-80%? Somewhere I scored 40%, 50%, or somewhere I scored around 60%. Can I be a part data science? Data science does not look at your career marks. Make sure that today onwards, guys. Data science never look at your career mark. Data science look at your skill set. SAS, R, Python, Excel, VBA, W, Power BI, ClickView, ClickSense. These are the skill set they're looking at in your resume. They don't look at your past. So, guys, if your past career mark is not good, nothing to worry. Thinking about past, you should not stop your future progress. Be positive, learn things, you can change it today. Learn and prove yourself that you are strong in these other technical skills. Definitely will bag a job and you will have a very happy life going forward. Second, third part, I have experience from non-data science field. Can I learn about data scientist? Yes, definitely you can. It's just a matter of time. Within 3 to 4 months or 5 months down the line, you will say, I can teach others about data science. It's not a rocket science. I can do it. But yes, some people say that I don't have a programming background. Can I do this? Yes, definitely you can. So wherever you go for programming, it's not like uh, Programming is difficult. It is the teacher who teaches you the programming that matters a lot. If the teacher is confident, he knows the path how to teach you about programming, you will be successful in programming language. And you can also teach others. Guys, I always feel one funda. When you learn something, feel like I want to teach this to 5 people. If you have that mindset by the time of learning something, trust me, you will be a successful candidate within that programming or training, whatever is happening to you. So think that way. Last, how much I must expect offered salary to a data scientist from a fresher to the experience. Guys, if I talk about the fresher, you should not expect less than 5 lakhs package. If you are showing these are the skill set in your resume, companies are willing to give you 5 lakhs as a fresher. If you say number of years of experience, that has to multiply with 3 lakhs to 4 lakhs. For example, if I say 4 years of experience should be multiplied with 3 lakhs, which is 12 lakhs, is the minimum offer you will get it in the market, or 4 to 4 lakhs, which is 16 lakhs package, which is being offered. If you talk about our institute, our freshers in 2020, during this pandemic also, we have placed more than 35 candidates. Our minimum salary was 7.5 lakhs. The maximum salary has gone to 35 lakhs. The average salary to our institute is 14 to 16 lakhs. Right? Did I answer all the questions here, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next.
Yes.
As I gave this example to you guys, telecom, right? I have explained that
Sir,
thoroughly,
yes.
but I want to ask you now to answer very proactively. So, guys, in telecom analysis, what we have done. So, in telecom, we have two kinds of uses. One is called voice usage, which is measured by minutes, how many
MOU.
minutes you made call, data, which is in GBs. We have four customers. One is Arvaz, Prachi, Lisa, and Aman kind of customer. I want to show you their behavior for last 12 months from 2019 December to January. So guys, look at here. So I have these four customers. Arvaz, where the voice and data for last 12 months is growing. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Lisa, what do you see? The voice usage is going up, but the data
Data
usage is going
usage.
down. We could have understood this customer behavior in the month of 2019 June, but we hold it. We did not do proper analysis. We could not track the performance. We are seeing the customer behavior on December, where it looks like this customer usage has drastically gone down for data. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Same way.
can we
Yes.
do this kind of analysis for any kind of chart?
Yeah, we'll come to that. So don't worry. I'm coming there.
Okay,
So
sir.
guys, look at here. This is where you can see the Prachi kind of customer. What is happening? All of a sudden, both voice and data going down, down, down. What are you expecting in 2020? Is Prachi is going to be in your service or she is going to leave your service?
Leave our service.
Leaving.
She is going to leave your service. Look at Aman kind of customer. What is happening here, guys? What is happening? Your data is going up, voice is going down. Just the opposite of Lisa. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I talk about the behavior of Arvaz in 2020, January, February, March, I'm just predicting, I'm forecasting this customer usage will go up. But if I look at Prachi, what will happen? She is going to leave my service. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if
Yes,
I
sir.
if I think about Praj Lisa, if I think about uh, Aman, it looks like if I don't give a best offer to this customer, if my competitors are coming with very good combo pack to them, I may definitely lose them. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, this is what we take the past data, we look at the customer behavior, we develop different statistical analysis to model and say forecasting saying what could be the future behavior of my customer. Based on that, we go for targeting customer different segmentation. One is voice, one is data. High voice, high data, low voice. If I talk about the customer, Arvaz is falling into what? High data and high voice. If I talk about Aman kind of customer, is falling into high data uses, low voice. If I talk about Lisa kind of customer, high voice but low data. If I talk about Prachi kind of customer, where is low data and low voice. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
what we
sir.
call this as bona fide, we call power
Power
data,
data.
we call power voice, we call
Miser.
miser customer. Now each customer we will have a different strategy.
Geo.
Now tell me guys, 2121 plan. To whom you want to offer?
Above.
Arvaz. So I just put it here. Does it make sense? These are the offer promotion plans we have to run to the customer. You might see in a mobile some SMS is coming. Go for recharging today 555. The valid is for next 3 days or 7 days, where you get 84 days with along with 126 GB data, unlimited voice calls, and Prime Video free. Amazon Prime is free, but valid is for next 7 days. They are provoking you to go and use that plan. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So who is making this plan for you guys? Data scientists who work on your data to tell what is happening, why it is happening, what will happen to the future, what should be done further. Because they are the more data driven as well as revenue driven guys to the company. And do you think any company can survive without a data scientist?
Not in these days.
Right? So not in these days. What does it mean? Because we are more digitalized. Corona came in, people stayed at home, they did not go outside. Do you think people are not surviving?
Of course they are.
They are surviving, right? They're surviving by what? By more digitalized. Lots of data is being created through bigbasket.com, Flipkart, Amazon. They need data scientists who will analyze the data to identify who are the more potential customer, what strategy we should bring in, how to understand the behavior, what promotion offers we can give them. This is the role of a data scientist, guys. So when you talk about data scientist, the role is related to how to acquire new customer from the market. That is called acquisition strategy. How to retain my customer. They should not leave my services. They should retain. Before they leave me, I need to analyze. I need to try to return, provoke them to use best and best offer so that they can retain back. How to win the trust and make them more engaged towards your services. Customer is making call, you are not replying, customer dissatisfied. Try to make customer more satisfied. Nowadays you might have seen Airtel is doing a G, they are doing one ad saying that zero escalations, we will not stop until it is becoming as zero. Why they're doing that? Because they are saying customer feedback is very important to them. They're trying to win the trust of the customer. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir. It sounds kind of like an advertisement strategy.
Exactly. The data scientists, they work into everything. They do the data analysis, they know what is happening, then based on that they will help business what to be done further, because every decision is taken here is from the data only.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it? Then we need to tell business how to increase the usage, how to increase the revenue of the customer, while you will go for acquiring, retaining, and engaging the customer. This is the role of a data scientist into telecom. Making sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next part is telecom data. Now, as I said, we have 130 crore population, 90 crore people they use mobile phone. Total is 162 crores. Which how your data looks like this way. The data looks like this way. It shows mobile number, it shows plan, it shows which circle, Karnataka, recharge amount, how many days left from the plan, how many minutes has been used, what is the local MOU, local calls, what is the STD calls, what is the ISD calls, how much data has been consumed, which app consumed how much data, is it WhatsApp, Facebook, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hotstar, or others app, which app is consuming more data. So these are the analysis which we need to understand. We need to identify who are the customer to whom we should target more game apps, whom should we target for more Amazon Prime or video apps, whom should we target for more on ongoing videos, messages, MMS plans. This is how we need to understand each and every customer data. We need to target them separately, how to engage them back. Guys, this is how the role of a data scientist happens.
Sir,
Next, yes.
can they know what app do we use and how many
Yes,
how
yes,
much
they can.
time or duration?
They can. Everything is coming there. Every mobile number is having a ESN tracking. That ESN tracking shows which handset you are using. Is it Apple? It is
Yes, sir.
iPhone? It is Redmi? Or it is your OnePlus? Which handset you are using? Which model
Okay.
it is? And they can also identify whether it's a smartphone or it is not a smartphone. If it is a smartphone, how much data you are consuming by which app?
Sir,
Everything is being recorded.
How are they figuring out the app
hello.
part?
Yeah, everything is there. So data will come through their intelligence network server, which is called IAN. The moment you make call, the moment you use data, that is being captured, which particular app you are using, which IP address you have, which location you are in, everything is being recorded there.
Sir, am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, what's your name?
Sir, Vishesh.
Yeah, Vishesh, tell me.
Sir, but if you're using such apps through a Wi-Fi, not with the company data, then also they're
No, they
able
will
to.
capture through the mobile app. They have
Okay.
something called VLR, they have something called HLR, home local register and virtual visitors local register. That shows that whether it has been used through any Wi-Fi, whether it has been used through our networking.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. So this is how we get data. Now, the role of a data scientist: first, to manage data; second, to analyze data, to get insights to tell business what is happening; third, to predict, to prescribe what is happening in the future, what should be done; fourth, make our automated actions through machine learning and AI. Imagine, guys, can you do analysis for one by one customer? No, right? You are targeting for crores of customer. So you have to write an algorithm in such a way, whatever strategy you want to build in, that should be going through machine learning and AI approach. That is called more automated options. We will be learning that through. Are you getting it here, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
So when you talk about telecom is over, now talk about Reliance Retail. Guys, have you heard about Reliance Retail?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell me
Reliance Fresh,
Reliance Retail,
Reliance
what is the business
Trends.
they have? They have Reliance Fresh, they have Reliance Jewelry, they have Reliance Digital, they have Reliance Footprint. So many strategic business they have. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now Reliance Fresh is one of them, right? Any idea, guys, how many stores they have across pan India? Across India, how many Reliance Fresh store they have? Any idea?
On average, at least like 7,000 or something.
4,000
Or
stores
okay.
across 750 cities, right? In one
Yes, sir.
day, in a store, how many customers are visiting? Around 1,000 customers, right?
Yes, sir.
One store, 1,000 customers, they might be buying around 5 to 10 items. So if you look at the data, one store, 1,000 customers in a day, if they buy 30 items or 10 items in a day, how much data is going to consume? 10,000, 10,000 30 days is going to be 3 lakhs data in a month, multiplied by 12 months, which is becoming 36 lakhs records of data for one store. But when you multiply that into 4,000 stores, it becomes 1,440 crores of data. What is this data is all about? Who are my customer? How often they're visiting to my store? How much they're paying
Sales
per
and
visit? What is the monthly spend in my store? Which product they're buying? What product is getting more demanded by the customer? This all analysis we can do for Reliance Fresh across
Yes,
pan
sir.
India. Each customer specific, they can make different plans and strategy. Retail data scientist, how to acquire customer, how to look at the customer experience by their buying behavior and spending behavior, make a customer analytics to segment them properly, who are bona fide, who are casual, who are miser, go for different special offers to retain back, look at the supply chain. I should maintain my competition. It should not happen I'm selling my potato for 25 kg, but at the same time more store is selling the same potato for 22 rupees. There's a 3 rupees gap. I can lose my customer. How to make my supply chain in place so that I can make it more competitive price to my customer? Then how to make a revenue strategy to retain, to engage, to trust winning, to get more profit from the customer uses. This is the role of a data scientist. Do you think, guys, any industry can survive without a data scientist?
No.
There is no retirement age.
Mm,
There is no retirement age for a data scientist. You can earn money till the time you can work like a consultant. There is no limit to the salary. I must not say that I'm having 10 years of experience, I must be getting 30 lakhs. People having 10 years of experience, they're also earning crores. I'm having 14 years of experience. I decided I will not be in job. I left my job because I feel like I'm a consultant. Now I'm giving training consulting. I'm also working for different companies where I'm consulting and outsourcing services for them. I don't limit myself in lakhs. I'm looking for crores. That is the role of a data scientist, guys. The more experience you get, the more earning you come through. And trust me, guys, this is the profile. I'm not saying any other profile is different. Other profile, they have a saturation. But data scientist, there is no saturation in life. Throughout your life, you will earn money. But you have to be very proactive to think logically and answer much more accurately about the problem solving. Okay, now let's talk about banking industry. What happens in bank? We save money in a bank. Bank is returning some rate of interest. But what bank does? They take that money from your deposit. They give it as a loan to the outsider. By the time they're giving loan to the outsider, they want to identify the risk is there. They do a risk analysis. They identify who are the good customer, bad customer. They try to maintain relations with the customer. They give credit card. They give mortgage. They give personal loans. Even while they're giving credit card, they're looking at your usage. They give you lots of cashback offer on debit, on using Citibank card, on using Axis Bank, on using ICICI, on using SDFC card today, or booking a flight ticket, you get this much cashback offer. Why do they create that? Who is creating those analysis? Data scientist. How to identify the fraud? How to detect the fraud? This is all role of a data scientist into banking. So data scientist role is not limiting to telecom. It comes from telecom to retail, to banking, to your FMCG, to your IT.
healthcare.
Wherever you go, you need data scientist, right? How to become a data scientist? The first thing is that you should be very strong at reading structured, unstructured form of the data, right? How to manage this data. The data can come through your billing counter, data can come through a node, data can come through charts, data come through your online communities, surveys, call center data, it could be voice transcription data, it could be social media data, it could be email data could be anything. You have to read this data, you have to manage the data into a tabular form to analyze it. Then you must go for analyze, tell business what is happening, why it is happening. Then you can say about the future outcomes through more automated actions. But your 80% role related to data management, data analysis, reporting. Then you go for 20% role towards about data mining skills. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting
Yes, sir.
this? Are you getting
Yes,
this, guys?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next part, what the skill set is required? You need to be very strong at database management. You should need to be very strong at analyzing, getting insights of the data to present it to the business. You should be able to predict what will happen to the future. You should be able to recommend business what should be done using machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. This is how the step by step we should learn from here to here to here to here. What happens nowadays, guys, when you're saying that I want to join about data science, some people are saying, please come, we are giving Python machine learning. Without knowing a background of all three, you're jumping into Python machine learning. You did the course, you applied for the job, lots of questions came through, you are not able to answer them. Because industry is not looking only machine learning, they're looking a complete background from data to the analysis to the predictions toward the automated actions. But what you have done, you have joined any institute for directly for machine learning. Does it really help? It is not. It is not, guys. You have to be very active from now onwards. So these are the skill set which we are giving you training. You learn about big data, you learn about Hadoop, you learn about Scala, you learn about Python, R, SQL, SAS, Access. These are the Tableau, Power BI, ClickView, ClickSense for data visualizations. You learn about data mining skills using Keras, TensorFlow, Python, R, and SAS over here. This is how your journey begins and ends with. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the next part, who can be a data scientist? Guys, a normal graduate can become a data scientist, but that graduate should have ability to see in himself, saying that, yes, I can do it. I can do it. Many of these I have seen people, those who are from BSc, BCom, and they are from BBA, they are from B Pharma. They feel like we are not like BTech guys. That is not true, guys. BTech ho, yeah, non-BTech ho. You can be a part of data scientist. Take it from now. You could be a master's in MCA, MBA, MTech. Anybody can be a part of data scientist, but you must have that ability to learn those skill set to write in your resume that these are the skills that I have. I have done these are the projects and apply for a job. You will definitely bag a job. I have seen many people coming to me. They're having a 5 years, 6 years gap. Still today's date, they are earning 15 lakhs, 16 lakhs package. They're also happy. So nothing is going to stop. Any point of time you start thinking like how to progress my future, there is a way to do it. But do not feel negative and pessimistic staying back and leading a life like a miserable life, seeing others saying that he's a rich guy, I'm a poor guy. Don't feel that. You have a potential to become as a rich guy. Think positively. That is what my answer is here. Even if you're a graduate, you have a future. Don't feel like I'm not a postgraduate, I don't have a future. You have a future, but we have to find the way. Right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next. What are the path? Learn about EVMS skill, learn about data visualization skill, learn about data mining skill, then next apply for a job with all hands on as a data scientist. Trust me, guys, get assured to become as a data scientist. 100%. You will definitely become as a data scientist. Nothing can stop you if you have this skill set. No career mark. You need to be simple graduate. Don't worry about your past mark, how much you scored. Based on your skills, you will definitely get through. Clear now to everyone, guys, these 4 steps?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, why DV Analytics? When you're getting training, so we have 3 steps. We give you training on DBMS reporting, data visualization, data mining, which leads to predictive modeling, machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. Now, what are the features we have? We are giving you live training. We are not giving you recorded self-paced training. We don't do that. We believe in live training. We have regular interaction in the class. Every class is being session wise completed. Assignments are given. You have to complete that assignment post the class. If you are not feeling like I will not be able to do the assignment, please don't join us. We are looking for 100% success. No matter whether 4 or 5 people are joining us, we're happy. But we want very accurate guys. And within 3 to 4 months, we guarantee that you will definitely bag a job if you're following doing these assignments after the class. Post class, we will provide you recording sessions. I will also show you how the post class things are happening. We are working on project one-to-one solution to you. We are making you practically strong enough to justify my 5 years, my 4 years, my 10 years is all about it. That many projects we have. We have small and big, around 50 projects. We looking at your strength, we will start giving you projects. We'll make you more practically strong enough. You will get industry projects like telecom, healthcare, insurance, banking. All such projects will provide you. You are targeting for any specific industry, let's do the project and apply for that job. We will work on a resume preparation. We'll help you how to go for a resume preparation. We'll take your mock interviews before attending to the real-time industry interviews. We filter, categorize, and if we found you are an expert candidate, we give you 100% job guarantee. We will help you. Right, guys? These are the skill set which is really required for you to go further to learn with us, right? From Excel towards Keras. Okay, guys. Next, as I said, this is how our new batch is going to start from 29th August. Today was the demo class. We'll see how many of you are joining. We'll continue the class. During COVID-19, as I said, we have 14 lakhs is the average salary. The average years of experience people, those who got. Having 10 years of experience also people got through. Freshers also got through. But average, if we look at 2 to 4 years of experience, more people they got through. This is how, guys, our skill set is coming through. We'll take you through DBMS reporting, visualization to machine learning and AI part. Next, how you will become as a success with us. Do regular class. Be attentive in the class. Don't feel like post class my videos are available. I will miss the class today. I will learn it tomorrow. Never do that. Do post class assignments complete on time. Do real time industry project complete. When we are giving you, each tool has to be done with multiple industry projects. You do that. Communication skill. We will provide you a soft communication skill which is required for industry. Mock interviews. And we will help you to job applications, your resume preparation to the reference. That comes with your success. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Next is these are the companies, or more than this, we are having 70 MNCs where we are referring our students. We hardly see company like TCS, IBM, Infosys, or Cognizant where we refer candidates. We stop giving them. We give reference because we are targeting high package companies, those you can offer. So these are the companies where our students are getting placed. This is what more than 70 candidates got placed through in 2019. During this pandemic situation, guys, these are the candidates who got through. The minimum package was what I'm showing here. It was 8 lakhs only. minimum, as a fresher also. You can see the students. I can share my browser. You might have gone to the browser to see them, but still I'm just trying to show you guys. You can also be one of them. Our institute is located both in Bangalore and Bhubaneswar. But due to this pandemic, we are not having classroom training. Our classes are there, but we are doing it online. But we don't have any such difference within classroom or any of online classes. We are having a live classes, no recording videos. We are having one-on-one sessions, lots of assignments, projects together. This is how we go with, guys. Right? Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Guys, what
Yes,
I'll
sir.
do here, I have already shown you what are the skill set is required, right? What I will show here, I'll do a quick comparison for you. But that comparison I will not go for recording because it's not going to help you. But as of now, whatever things I covered, is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'll go for stop recording this video here.